Hello dear students, welcome back. Hope you all are keeping fine and safe and studying well at home. And just to uphold your studies, we are starting a new session of extra classes. And in this session of extra classes, I'm going to take up your one more chapter from the book Flamingo. And the chapter is titled as Deep Water, written by William Douglas. So the story has been taken from the author's autobiography of Men and Mountains. In this piece, he tells about his fear of water and how he conquered it by determination and willpower. So let's start the discussion. So dear students, this is your chapter Deep Water by William Douglas. And as I told you in the beginning introduction that the story has been taken from his own autobiography of Men and Mountains. And in this piece he tells about his fear of water and how he overcome this fear by determination and his willpower. And William O. Douglas is a leading advocate of individual rights and justice in the courts of USA. And it reveals that how as a young boy he nearly drowned in a swimming pool, and he talks about his fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcame it. So this is all about the chapter. So let's start the chapter. I'm reading the lines, I'm reading the paragraph. You listen to it carefully and then side by side we shall have a discussion. So the first paragraph says, "It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. I had decided to learn to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. The Yakima River was treacherous." Now student, YMCA stands for Young Men's Christian Association, and Yakima is a place in Washington in USA. Okay. So it had happened when the narrator is telling his own experience when he was 10 or 11 years old, and when he had the joined YMCA swimming pool to learn swimming. Now he did not go to the Yakima River to swim as it was considered dangerous, and this shows that he had a prior fear of water. Now the word treacherous is given here, which means dangerous. So Yakima River was very dangerous, so he could not learn swimming there in the river. That is why he had decided to go to learn swimming at YMCA. Now he tells further that mother continually warned against it and kept fresh in my mind the details of each drowning in the river. But the YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end, and while it was 9 feet deep at the other. The drop was gradual. I got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. I hated to walk naked into it and show my skinny legs, but I subdued my pride and did it. Now the word drop is given, dear students. Here drop means a slope from the shallow area to the deep area. This is what the word drop here stands for. The next is I got a pair of water wings. I hope that you know the meaning of water wings. Water wings basically is a pair of inflatable waterproof bags designed so that one can be attached to each arm, especially of a child learning to swim. Okay. Now here in these lines, basically he is telling you that William's mother would warn him not to go near the Yakima River and would discuss the various incidents of drowning. He felt that the pool at YMCA was safer because it has the shallow area of the pool was only 2 or 3 feet deep, and while the deep area was 9 feet in depth only. So the slope from the shallow area to the deep area was not steep. And he also got a pair of water wings to prevent drowning. Next, he says that he hated to dress naked into it and show my skinny legs. Now, skinny means very, very thin legs. Okay, but I subdued my pride. Subdued means to overcome. To overcome. Pride, you know, self-respect. So basically he's telling you he did not like to wear the swimming costume because which exposed his thin legs. But as he was keen to swim, so he gave up his self-respect and wore the wings. The next paragraph is, from the beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water when I was in it. This started when I was 3 or 4 years old, and father took me to the beach in California. He and I stood together in the surf. Now, surf here stands for the wave of the sea. Okay, I hung on to him, yet the waves knocked me down and swept over me. Knocked me down here stands for threw him down. So the pressure of the wave, the force of the wave was so strong that he knocked him down. I was buried in water. My breath was gone. I was frightened. Father laughed, but there was terror in my heart at the overpowering force of the waves. Now here Williams says that he had always disliked water and recounts an older experience when he was 3 or 4 years old. Okay, aversion means dislike. He disliked this idea of going into the water. And he went to the beach in California with his father one day. They stood as a wave leapt towards them. William stuck to his father to save himself, but the strong wave threw him down and he was covered in water. And he was scared as he could not breathe. His father laughed and tried to make him feel comfortable, but the little child was scared when he realized that the waves were so powerful. So at this incident, the child was terrorized. William was terrorized by the force of the waves. And this terror was somewhere existing in his mind. Now we shall move to the next paragraph. My introduction to YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories and stirred childish fears. But in a little while, I gathered confidence. I paddled with my new water wings, watching the other boys and trying to learn by aping them. I did this 2 or 3 times on different days and was just beginning to feel at ease in the water when the misadventure happened. So here he is telling that when he joined the swimming pool at the YMCA, the fear of water resurfaced in his mind. Okay, the word revived is given here, which means brought back to mind. Okay, so the moment he stepped down in the YMCA pool, the old fear of water had come up in his mind and he was disturbed. So he gathered confidence by watching other boys swim and tried to copy them. As the word aping them is given, aping means copying them. And he had done this twice or thrice at different occasions and had started gaining confidence when the incident happened. Again, one incident had happened with him when he was learning swimming at YMCA pool. To feel at ease. This is an expression that's given. It means that to feel comfortable. So he had a narrow escape from death. So one more incident had happened, one more misadventure had happened with him when he was learning swimming at YMCA pool. Now dear students, we are closing our discussion for today here. In the next video, we shall start discussion from the next paragraph. Okay, so see you soon.